how to fill out a hockey score sheet. So I've noticed over the past couple of weeks, we've had some mistakes on the score sheets that have been coming out of our high school games. So instead of trying to get everyone together for a meeting, I thought this would be kind of a fun, cheesy way to go over some of the basic rules on how to fill out the score sheet. I'm hoping that everyone that I sent this to will watch it, even if nothing else except out of curiosity, and maybe pick up a few pointers, because we can not afford to have any more mistakes during the high school games. Here is the high school hockey game score sheet that we will be using every Sunday. Home and visitor are on both sides. Let's say the home team is Team Tan, and the visitor team is Team Teal. Okay, this would be high school. The date will be today, which is October 28th, 2016. Game number, we don't worry about that, but division is high school. The times that start are important because it tells us in what order this game was. So the first game starts at 5:25, and I think it ends at 6:40. 6:40? Anyway. The curfew is 1 hour and 15 minutes, or 75 minutes. The arena will always be Winterhawk Skating Center, and the surface will be ice. The official scorer will be you, if you are keeping score for this game. You sign this when you're finished. The referee has to sign here, and then he takes the final copy, which there's 4 copies here. The goldenrod copy goes to the referee, and this is how the referees get paid. So it's very important that any parent volunteer who agrees to keep score during a game pays attention to how they are keeping score. The roster for Teal will go here, and the roster includes jersey number and the player's name. The coaches, the head coach, at least the head coach has to sign. Okay? Over here, the roster for Tan includes jersey number and player name. I've sent out decals for the score sheet to go on the score sheets for each team. Please use the decals because these carbon copies don't always go all the way through to the goldenrod copy, which goes to the referee, and they get very frustrated when they can't read the score sheet. Again, the head coach signs. Okay? So, scoring. When Team Tan scores a goal, it gets recorded in this section right here. And when Team Teal scores a goal, it gets recorded in this section here. When Team Tan has a penalty, those penalties are recorded here. And when Team Teal has a penalty, those get recorded in here. You can try to keep score by periods, but it's most important to pay attention to the penalties, which will be told to you by the referees on the ice, and keep track of the scoring. Down here on each side says goalkeeping. If you would like, you can try to keep track of shots on goal. Per period, the jersey number of the goalie is recorded here. But the most important part of the score sheet, again, is the scoring section and the penalty section. So first period, player number 10 on tan scores a goal. Period 1. Time is, let's say, 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the first period. Goal was scored by number 10, assisted by number 5. Type would mean even. The even means that there are 5 players from tan and 5 players from teal. Okay? Now, period 1, teal gets a penalty. Period 1. And because it was a teal penalty, it goes on this teal side of the score sheet. Player number 7 gets a penalty for tripping. Because all of the high school games are running clock, this is a 3-minute penalty. Okay? And in the first period, he gets the penalty at 7 minutes and 27 seconds. Okay? It starts at 7:27 and it ends at 10:27. 3 minutes. Okay? It's very important that everything that happens with teal stays on this side, and everything that happens with tan stays on this side. Okay? So, with teal, they have one person in the penalty box, which means tan is on the power play, and they score again. So, period 1. And let's say it's 8 minutes and 2 seconds into the first period. And the goal is scored by number 12. No assist. Type would be power play. Okay? Now, let's say nothing else happens of consequence in the first period. In the second period, teal will score. So period 2. And it was 9 minutes and 7 seconds into the second period. Goal was scored by number 11, assisted by number 2. 5 players from tan and 5 players from teal are out on the ice, so it's an even type. Okay? And then later on in period 2, tan gets a penalty. We write it over here with the tan players, period 2, and tan number 10 gets a penalty for unsportsmanlike. Okay? Again, 3 minutes, because we have a running clock. And it happened 11 minutes and 30 seconds into the second. It starts at 11:30, and on means the player goes back on at 14:30. It's very important. Anyone managing the score sheet should also learn how to put the penalties up on the scoreboard. If you do not know how, please tell your team manager, and they can find someone to sit with you in the box and work the clock. So nothing else is happening in period 2. Period 3, tan scores again. So we put third period, and it is 12 minutes and 10 seconds into the third period. And it is by number 5 this time. He gets his own goal. Assisted by number 8. Even penalty or even players on the ice. Okay. The last event for this game is going to be in the 3rd period, and Teal gets a penalty. Period 3. And it's going to be on number 3. And it's for boarding. Boarding is not good. So, he gets a 3-minute. And that will happen almost towards the end of the period. 15-9. Starts on 15-9. Ends on 18-9. But it's also a 10-minute. It's a misconduct. Because boarding is bad. Oops. See? That's why we have to make sure we don't make any mistakes. 10 minutes. Okay? So, 18 is when it starts. Because you serve your penalties one after the other. 3 minutes goes first, and then the 10 minutes. Okay? So it starts at 18:09, and it ends for the rest of the game. So this player will sit out, number 3 will sit out the rest of the game. Okay, so now the game is over. So this is an important piece. After you're done with your score sheet, please finish it this way. 1 penalty. This is in the 3rd period. 3 penalties. Score is 3-1. So, at first glance at this score sheet, anyone can see tan 3, teal 1. They can see the penalties. Okay, so I did not do shots on goal, and I did not do scoring by periods, although I could. Home was tan. In the 1st period, they scored 2 goals. In the 1st period, visitors scored none. In the 2nd period, visitors scored 1. Tan scored none. In the 3rd period, tan scored 1, and teal scored none. There's no overtime. Total will be 3-1. Okay, I'm finished, so I sign as the official scorer. Now, there is documentation down here. The white gets put in my box at WSC. It's labeled Winterhawks Varsity Hockey League with my name. The yellow copy goes to tan, the home team. And the pink copy goes to teal, the visitor team. And the referee will sign right here. And he will take the goldenrod copy. Okay, so let's pull this apart. This copy goes in the director's box. This copy, the yellow copy, goes to the tan team manager or the coach. Some of the coaches like to keep them. The pink copy goes to the teal team manager or the coach. And the final goldenrod copy will be taken from you by the referee. Now notice I pressed really hard to make sure that the carbon went all the way through. I tried to write legibly. Please do that. This is very important. I would prefer to not have to deal with any more referees complaining about how the parents fill out the score sheet. You guys are doing a great job. I know that hockey season is just getting underway and it's very exciting. And I hope that you and your families continue to enjoy the games and the kids continue to work hard. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you at the rink.